And I'm going to preface it by saying that 99% of Amazon sellers are not at all affected by this trade war, all right? But I want to give you some context because you can use what I'm going to tell you to make yourself some money, and I'll tell you why after I've told you. So let's start with the beginning. So some background. So for us as Amazon sellers, we're really only concerned, I think anyway, with goods that are coming from China into America. That's really all we're actually concerned about, because most of us, at least as far as I'm aware, within the Aussie online entrepreneurs, are not importing our goods into China to sell on Amazon.cn. All right. To the best of my knowledge, I think there's only 3 people in AOE who are doing that. All right. And I have separate conversations with them because they're in Diamond. However, for most of us, we're not doing that. We're importing our products from China into America, and therefore it's a different kettle of fish for us, okay? So what Trump is trying to do, of course, is to kickstart the US economy. That's what he's trying to do, and he's trying to bring manufacturing jobs back to America so that he can get re-elected. That's what his agenda is. It's always important to know what the agenda is because it helps us make our own decisions. And of course, you should always follow money, particularly big money like country-wide money, all right? So Trump's trying to kickstart the US economy. Now, as a result of these trade tariffs that are coming in, 25% on some products and services, there will be potentially a short-term pain for Middle America, because Middle America is the biggest consumer of goods from China through places like Walmart and places like that, all right? So Middle America is the biggest consumers. They're also the biggest voters. So Trump is going to do everything possible to avoid pissing these people off. And the way that he will do that is by doing everything he can to not impose tariffs that will affect Middle America. That's the first very important thing for us to realize as we go through this little journey. Now, what that means is, well, where will Trump put the trade tariffs? So what Trump has done is he has put the tariffs on industrial goods and things like aluminium imports and things like that. So pure aluminium, not aluminium goods, pure aluminium. Industrial things like tractors and things like that, for instance. Things that Middle America ain't buying. That's where the tariffs are aimed. That's where the first lot of tariffs have been aimed. Now, this second lot of tariffs, they're aimed differently. China is currently doing everything it can to lead the field in areas like robotics and in solar and things like that. So Trump has applied the tariffs to those areas that China is trying to dominate the world economy in. Robotics, solar, things like that. Again, for 99% of us, not an issue at all. Doesn't affect us at all, okay? So he's targeting specifically emerging economic sectors in China with the specific intention of trying to slow down those sectors so that America can catch up. So again, that's only 1% of people on Amazon, less than that I'd imagine, are selling in those categories. So it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter to us. The tariffs right now don't have any effect on us as Amazon sellers, because Trump will do everything he can to avoid causing pain to Middle America, which is his vast majority of voters. He'll do everything he can. So he doesn't want to put tariffs on things like imported electrical goods, for instance, or clothes, because that would directly impact the pockets of his voters. He ain't going to do that. That's political suicide. So as far as I'm concerned, it isn't going to make a huge amount of difference to us as Amazon sellers. Not yet. Who knows in the future how bad things will get. I will say that China will buckle before America buckles, because America imports more goods from China than China imports goods from America. So America is a net importer of goods from China. Therefore, China has got more to lose in a trade war. America is still the number one, by volume at least, global economy, and China will be very reticent to screw that up, because it will have a very negative impact on China, who is currently doing its utmost to figure out how to keep their economy growing, because it's stalled now, of course, and all of the Chinese middle class, they're trying to figure out how the hell they're going to keep that middle class alive. So it's a delicate balancing act, but it's a great question, Irina. The bottom line for us is 99% of the time it ain't going to affect us. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.